What's going on, everybody? This is Pyro with Team Eat Sleep Game, and I'm here day 3 of the Long Dark Do Better series. So far, it's been going okay. I've survived 2 days, 1 hour, 38 minutes. Now we're on day 3 here, and it's okay. You know, it's not too bad so far. We've been able to find a lot of things that we've needed, and it's been actually working out, pretty decent. So I'm happy with what I see, and we've been able to get enough gear. We've been able to get enough food and water, so we're able to sort of stock up and have like a nice healthy amount of stuff, and I'm gonna bring the jerky with me. Jerky is one of the best things to carry with you because it just lasts forever, as jerky does. Alright, so all my stats are looking pretty good. My conditions is 82%, and that's because I let myself, in that last playthrough, I got a little too dehydrated, and that's just the way it goes. But otherwise, things are looking pretty good. I was in the middle of breaking down a bunch of stuff. Actions with this, I'm just going to harvest these into sticks, because they're pretty much worthless to me right now. So we'll make those into sticks, and then we're going to go to the working bench in a minute, and we're going to see what kind of things we can work on. We want to sharpen our blade up, make sure that's as sharp as possible. And it sounds like there's a blizzard going on out there right now, like a pretty bad one. That's what I'm hearing. So how are we looking on this blade? This blade, yeah. Just to show you, I think we're dealing with a pretty bad blizzard. Yep, it's a pretty good one. Just to check stats and see how quick they're going down. So it's super cold out. I'm getting crushed, and my clothes actually are in pretty bad condition. I think I have to finish upgrading them, but so yeah, I got a few things I got to upgrade here. Like these need to be repaired to 100%. So I'm going to try and go out there with fully 100% clothes and just kind of see how long I would last in that madness. Man, these cargo pants were hurting. But the good news is I should have plenty of cloth to repair all of my stuff to basically full, because I broke down a lot of stuff. Oh, I failed. I was like, wait, what the hell happened? I was on 91%. So, failed again. Go. Try this again. Alright, I'm just going to keep failing at fixing these, apparently. Let's try and repair my jacket here. Let's see how we do with that. Good. Let's try it again. Alright, let's try and get it fully repaired. Come on. Alright, so the jacket's good. Boots are decent. Let's try to get those to 100%. Alright, we're good on the boots. Let's repair these socks. Get everything into the best yeah, see, apparently we just don't like to repair those things. So with what I've repaired so far, we're looking at a 20 Fahrenheit clothing bonus. So when I go out there, we'll see what kind of bonus that gives us in super cold weather. So actually, it's not even going to be super cold right now. Yeah, it's not at all. Not cold out here at all. The thing is, with this kind of weather, yeah, the wolves, I can already hear them. They're attacking right there. He found something. He's going after it right now. So with this kind of weather, you can expect wolves. So now that I've got my, my hunting knife, whatever, if I got to fight a wolf, I got to fight a wolf. I'll just deal with it. The problem isn't fighting one wolf. The problem is fighting, several, and then you get maybe a broken leg, and you know, you're trying to heal off that broken leg, but, you know, then you come down with some kind of infection, and, you know, it's death by 1,000 cuts. This game is the perfect example of death by 1,000 cuts, and that's exactly what goes on. You know, you get hit from every single angle with this bullshit, and it's hard sometimes to keep up, you know, because you gotta try and do the best you can, but, you know, it's not always easy. So let me keep sharpening this knife, so if I do need to mess with one of these dudes, I got a super sharp knife. Alright, so let's go out and explore a little bit, see what we can see. The weather's better. The wolf is gone for now. I mean, yeah, or not. So there's one wolf. So I'm just going to step right to him just to show you what an encounter with a wolf looks like. So now he lost. He's bleeding. Now he may or may not come back at me. But probably what's going to happen for him is he's going to run, he's going to die, he's going to go away and die somewhere. Oh, problem is he's got friends, so... Man, I'm going to have to fight two wolves. I got away from that first one in pretty good condition. Let's see. Alright, so... Anyway, that was my wolf fight. Look at this, dude. There's another wolf. Alright, I gotta run from this one. There's just so many wolves now. All of a sudden there's 3 wolves and they're all just kind of hanging out outside of my my house. I'm pretty sure I probably killed 2 of those 2 wolves. I am in need of some medical attention that I should be able to actually take care of pretty easy. So I got an infection. So we'll just take care of that. And we're good to go. So now the only thing I really need to do is feed and rest up, and the condition will come back to 100%, which is exactly what I'm going to do. The condensed milk is actually a really good calories, and it also hydrates you, so it's nice to use for those reasons alone. But just, you know, to show you, like, that was kind of, you know, that's a typical wolf fight, you know, with these assholes. You know, they run up on you, and, you know, that's it. Like, you usually don't get attacked by 2 or 3, you know, successively. But if one of them runs up on you, you can fight it off, you get away, and then you move on, and, you know, you do what you got to do. I'm going to sleep for an hour just to let my condition come up a little bit. So it sounds like the weather's come back a little. Yep. It's come back a little bit. So usually when the weather's like this, is that a dead wolf right there? So this looks like one of the wolves I killed. Alrighty, so 10 pounds of meat, yep. Hide, yep. Gut, yep. You take everything you can. And I've taken a good amount, but I was starting to get frostbite, so I don't really want to lose any more condition. So I'm gonna go back inside and
some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, I found some place. Like I get it. All right, these guys need to find some place to escape the cold. Yeah, we got it, bro. We're right next to our house. Buck up. So, I mean, I'm alright. I'm inside, and I'll gradually just get warmer as I hang out in here. I'm probably going to start a fire. I don't know. Do I have anything other than sticks right now, or is sticks all I got? Sticks might be all I have. Ideally, once again, if you have a hatchet, you know, you can then use that hatchet to, you know, to get you some better stuff, you know, better logs and things like that. But I mean, it's okay for now. So I'm gonna go back and just check out my gear real quick, and you see I've got plenty of wolf meat here, so I'm gonna be able to turn that into food as well. Oh, you know what, I forgot that I'm in container mode. I need to be here. Where is the, here it is, just clothing. So I'll go through, I'll repair some of my stuff again, and you know, yeah, I had to fight the wolves, you know, but the wolves are dead. 2 out of 3 of them at least, and I'm here. So fuck those wolves. You feel me? Like, I'm not, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, we good. So let me just keep repairing this stuff. You're gonna keep failing on me. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So everything's in pretty good condition. They ripped up a couple items, but it wasn't anything crazy. And of course now we can't see because it's nighttime again. Oop, I forgot to refill the lantern. Boom, there we go. Alright. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going through with this one now. With this video, because day 3 was so short because we got stuck, I'll probably do days 3 and 4. Just to keep it around, you know, 25-30 minutes videos instead of just a real quick little snippet. This was the first one we had some action, and what I'm basically going to want to do is, you know, now probably get some sleep and let my character sort of heal from his injuries. So I'll just real quick, you know, take in some supplements here. What do we got? So drink some water, of course, and then I'm gonna eat this dog food. It's not glamorous, but it's 500 calories. You know, do what you gotta do, man. If you had to, you could totally eat this wolf meat raw, but it'd make you sick. And we really, you know, we've got plenty to eat, so, you know, we're not in that dire strait situation. So let me turn this off. There we go. And then we're going to sleep for the full 9 hours left in the darkness. And as we sleep, our conditions should come back, and when we wake up, you know, it won't be perfect, but it'll be pretty good. You know. Yep. Oh, it is perfect. All right, so I got a really good night's sleep, I guess. And I'm a little parched, and there is a storm raging outside, so you know, it's probably okay that we're in here for the day anyway. There's my lantern. We'll light this up for a minute. Alright. This dude's, or maybe I taped that there, I don't know. Little picture. Let's see what kind of weather we're dealing with. It sounds pretty bad. Yep. That's pretty bad. Yeah, -8, -7. So it's cold enough to freeze us out pretty quick. And that's cool. Because what we'll probably do then is I'm going to shut the torch down, and we'll sleep for a few more hours. Let that blizzard go away. You know, one of the things that, you know, I've said about this game a couple of times is that it punishes you in a lot of different ways. And one of the the funniest ways I think it punishes you is that when you have these blizzards raging outside and you don't have the and you're just starting the game and you don't have the clothes and stuff to kind of go out there, you can't really do anything except for exhaust the supplies that you already have stocked up. So hopefully you have a lot of supplies stocked up, and fortunately in this case we do. We've got plenty of food, we've got plenty of drinks, and we're very fortunate in that respect. So that's not so much the problem. The problem starts to rear its ugly head when you think about what you're going to do when you don't have anything, when you don't have any food, when you're hurting for supplies, and you can't go out because it's so cold outside. You're literally going to freeze to death before you could find any food. That's kind of that lifestyle. But today it should be pretty good out right now. Yeah, it's just a gentle thing going on here. I don't think that wolf saw me. I'm trying to get out of Dodge as fast as possible because I need to go exploring more, and I can't deal with another wolf right now. I mean, I could. I'm completely healed, but I'd rather not waste resources, especially when that other wolf is just kind of out there already, right outside the house. Sometimes I wish you could put up, decapitate them, put their heads in front of the house, just letting the wolves know, I got this. This is me. I know I talked about it in the last video, going to that workbench and, crafting fishing line and a couple of different things. Totally didn't do that because, I got issues, man. I got issues. One thing I do need, though, is definitely some firewood. So right now I'm just going to grab sticks because it's easier. So I thought I heard somebody else running up on me. Once again, that's zombie mode survival. Like, you think you hear somebody up on you and you're like, all right, well, I got to move, but yeah, ain't nobody's coming, chief. So it looks like the wolves may have gotten another kill. Now those birds aren't circling, they're just running. And I'm not seeing a lot of wolves out here right now, which is a good sign, because maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to get in quite a good amount of exploring. So let's see what we can see on today's adventure. Now that energy bar up there, this game is about balancing resources, right? So food, water, energy, the whole deal. You're always trying to kind of balance out what you can. And if you expend that energy by running in a direction, sure, you'll get there a little bit faster, but you're also wasting strength that you could use to fight off a wolf, or that you could use to run from a wolf when you really need to, or that you could use just to stay awake a little bit longer, because it's going to make you tired if you're running everywhere all the time. So I think the game does a pretty good job of balancing those kind of aspects of itself against each other. But then again, when you turn around, I feel like I'm constantly feeding and constantly drinking and constantly this and that. And don't get me wrong, in real life you have to do that. Like, that's just the way it is. But what do we got here? How long is this going to take me? 16 minutes? That's going to take me an hour to get the hide. I don't need the hide. I'll just take the meat. But yeah, like in real life, you would need to eat and sleep and do all this stuff. I get it. But in a game scenario, strictly like, in from a gaming perspective, kind of wanting to streamline things, I don't know if it's the best way to do that. And I don't really have a lot of criticisms against this game. I think it's actually very well done, especially for like an earlier alpha stage game. I think it's exceptionally well done. The artwork, I think, is phenomenal, and it's just an enjoyable game. Like, even that run-in that I had with the wolves there, it's they just trying to eat, bro. You know? And I know, you know, a lot of people have said, you know, well, wolves would never attack humans like that. And you're absolutely right. In a normal circumstance, wolves are not aggressive like that towards humans. But if we're talking about an entire, like, geothermal disaster... Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice that guy was there. He's just laying on the bed. He's got one bullet on him. That's it. No gun. But yeah, so in a geomagnetic or thermal disaster, whatever it said at the beginning there, you're, you know, in this Canadian wilderness area, you know, this is what they've had to resort to because they're starving to death, you know, and that's kind of the way that they play it off for you, and they give you, you know, to explain why the wolves are acting the way that they're acting, because they're hungry, man. They got to eat, you know, they're dying. So I get it, but I don't really mind it. You need threats in a game, and don't get me wrong, Mother Nature in this game is a great motivator. I mean, Mother Nature wants you dead in this game. You're not supposed to survive it. You know, that's for sure. Alright, he's hungry? Yeah, he is. I always go to the wrong menu here. This is raw. Alright, I almost ate that. Let me pound peanut. Peanut butter's great. It's 900 calories in a jar. Eat one jar of peanut butter, you are done. If you eat a jar of peanut butter in real life, like if you ever sat down and ate like a whole jar of peanut butter, there's two things that are going to happen. Okay? One is you're gonna think like about your life. You know, you're probably gonna have some serious things that you're thinking about in terms of like decisions you've made, things like that. And then the second thing is you're probably gonna have like explosive shits, just because like that is a lot of peanut butter, bro. Like that is a lot of peanut butter, you know. And I don't think you need that in your life. But in this game, if that's all you got to eat, you ain't got no jelly, just peanut butter. Whatever. It's all good. I don't judge, man. You know? I don't do that. It's not me. I tried to bring along the crappiest sodas I had so that I could use those to get what I need out of them. I mean, if they're lower percentage points, it just means you're not getting as much from them. You know, as much calories, as much hydration, and whatever. That's fine. I don't give a shit. Insulated boots. Those are perfect. Exactly what I need. What do we got here? Grape soda that I can't seem to grab. Book. Books are great fire starters in this game. Excellent. Got an open can there. And technically I could take the 15 minutes and turn these metal objects into scrap, but I don't need to do that right now. It's kind of a wasted time. At the moment. Could be that later I need the scrap metal for something, but I got a hacksaw, so it's like I have the tool that I need where I, you know, if I need the stuff, then I just go out and I'll get it. And I'm not sure specifically what you need the scrap metal for yet. I'm sure it's to repair, you know, tools, certain tools that require metal. But I haven't run into, excuse me, I haven't run into that issue too much. Alright, man, this house has been pretty worthless so far. So did I check the fridge? There we go. Little rabbit meat. I got a little deer meat, little rabbit meat, a couple energy bars, lantern fuel is good. Alright, bathroom, toilet. I always grab the water, no matter where it's at, because you never know when you're just going to need potable water. I mean, you can technically start a fire and then you can take snow and you can melt the snow down, then you can boil the snow. But doing that takes up so much of your fire's time that it's really hard to do anything else after that's done. So I usually, if I can get around not needing that, let's see. So, dude, is he sitting on a like, what's he sitting on? Maybe it's just a rug. I don't know what it is. Looked like for a second he was sitting on a girl or something. I was gonna be like, dude, that's harsh. Another scarf. Ski jacket. Let's break that down into some more wood for us. Right now I have to break this stuff down into wood. Once I get a hatchet, you know, I could just go out and chop up branches and you know, wood. You know, I can chop trees up and get wood, but right now I'm stuck dealing with essentially drift. You know, whatever's available to me is what I have to break down. So, not ideal, but it is what it is. See, like with the hatchet, I'd be able to break this table down. I'd be able to break this bench down. Alright. So before I leave here, how over encumbered are we? Well, considerably. So usually if I'm over encumbered, I just try to think if there's anything that I can just kind of get rid of real quick that I don't essentially need. And as you can see, I'm just using all the stuff with really low percentages, except for the rabbit because it's raw. And I'll drink a soda too. Just give me a little hydration. I'm not super over encumbered. Just trying to see that water. I bet you. That's only 3 pounds. Whatever. Problem with being over encumbered is the wolves. That's the major issue. You just don't want to get stuck having to run from the wolves and have extra weight on you. Alright, so it's not cold out at all, or it is a little cold, but basically, as long as you keep your body over freezing, you're fine. So I'm at 35 degrees right now, so it's all good. So what I might decide to do is actually go out to one of these fishing camps, huts here, and create a little fire. Build, I'm not seeing any wolves anywhere today. Not complaining. Just an observation. I see my running is slow too. So I'm thinking, yeah, I might create a little fire in this fishing hut up here. And cook some of that meat, eat some of that meat. Eat as much as I can eat. Use some of the wood, and then kind of go from there and figure out what my next step's going to be. I'm not seeing any wildlife, and this is, if you don't see any animals, it can be for a couple of reasons. One is because the storm's about to hit, so you know they have that sixth sense where, you know, they know a storm's coming, so they just decide that
hope nobody needs this anymore.
They got to get inside, get to their shelter, and or two, they're dead. You know, and I killed 2 wolves, so that's not. I don't even know if I killed 2. I know I definitely killed 1. So we'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, I'll start this fire here, and you know, we'll kind of you know, we'll see. We'll see what we can see. Put about 2 hours worth of fuel in it, and then just, you know, one step at a time. Go through my inventory real quick, just make sure I'm not super over encumbered, and we'll go from there. I got 42 sticks on. So I'm gonna give myself 3 hours worth of time, and then I'm just gonna cook this meat. Each piece of meat, I think, takes about 20 minutes to cook. 15-20 minutes usually. So we'll cook it up. We'll eat a bunch of it. Hopefully we can eat a bunch of it. We'll definitely be able to eat the rabbit, but I don't know if we'll get much more than that. Right, so we still got a good chunk of time. If I had a full fishing line, I'd go fishing. Yeah, look, I can't even eat the full piece of rabbit. So there we go there. I just dropped the extra water. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to drop it. What I can do is I can actually just... You can create yourself little, you know, home away from home kind of drop boxes. So I don't need this stuff right now, but I will, you know, probably need it at some point. So am I not even wearing gloves? The ski jacket. I got on the good winter jacket, so we're good there. I'm going to keep the pair of boots right now. Take those back. Let's see what else we're looking at. And I'll bring the second lantern back too. I don't need the gut. I'll keep the leather. But I got like 24 pieces of cloth here. It's not a super amount. So we're down about 70 pounds. Holding stuff down. I'll leave a little food here for me to eat in case of emergency situation. Then I can come back this way and I can get some food. And we're all good there. And this is what I want to do, transfer the water. Alright, so now I'm not encumbered anymore. What I will do from the fire though is I will take a torch and extinguish it. And then that way I just kind of have one in case I need one when I'm in a building. Now it has, I mean, I'm actually in the grip of a fire right now, but if I go out and away from the fire, it started to get a little cold. As you can see, it's getting darker, and the visibility is getting worse. So, you know, I have a choice to make right now. I've got 3 hours of daylight left. Now I know that there's a house because I can just see it on the ridge line there. So I think I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to check out that other fishing camp while I'm headed there. And now I can do a decent run while I'm doing this. And we'll see. And so far so good. I mean, everything's going pretty well. But that's another thing with this game too, is everything can be going great on day 4, but then on day 5 you get attacked by a bear, or you fall and sprain your ankle, and you know, you're stranded somewhere and you're low on supplies because you just did like I did, and you dropped half the stuff that you had because you didn't, you know, you were over encumbered and you wanted space to carry more things, you know. So stuff can happen, you know, and the most important thing that you can do is, well, not panic, number 1, you know, and number 2, just pray. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's different. It depends on the situation. So if you had sprained your ankle and you didn't have a splint, you know, to set it, then, you know, you could hobble your way back to maybe one of the last locations you've had. Hopefully there is a shelter somewhere within reach that you can get to, and then you can hopefully sleep it off and treat it. You should always be carrying basic medical supplies with you. You should never not have that. That should always be something that you keep with you. You should always keep a couple of pieces of wood with you. God forbid you need to start a fire out in the middle of nowhere. Even if it is outside against a rock wall, just to take a chill away, or just to allow you to cook some meat or brew some you know, some coffee or whatever it is. Like, you should be doing that. Alright, so we're headed up this hill here. I guess I can't head up this way. I'm gonna have to take the long way around. Another stick there. It'd be really nice if at this cabin up here there was some there was a hatchet. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. Of course it's pitch black, but this is what I took the torch for. This is exactly. Now I always have the lanterns, so it's not a big deal if you don't have a torch. I just prefer the light from a torch. I think it feels more immersive. I mean, that's not even really the reason, but I just think it you know, it looks better. Alright, so I got that. Got some more matches, candy bar.
What have we here?
Water purification tablets, which, you know, I've never really needed to use. But sometimes, you know, you might be in that situation. Better to have them than not. Got some more meat, which is good. Nothing in the stove. Let's see here. Wool sweater, insulated boots, gloves. All that stuff will probably break down to use to repair other gear. But good to have. Painkillers always good to have. You know, you never know when you might need to use a few recreationally. You know, just to kind of stress relieve.
I could use this.
I could really use a gun or a hatchet. Right now I take a hatchet over a gun, to be honest with you. Antiseptic. Accelerant. Or lighter fluid, as the rest of the world calls it. And I will take the water because that's just how I roll. Alright. So this house is essentially, or is it, did I get these? No, see I didn't. Did not. Let's get the rest of the stuff here. Can of coffee. Very good. Pork and beans. Alright, so this house is essentially clear. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but that's fine. It's okay. Because I'm just going to stand here. I got 2 hours of daylight left, so I mean I could make moves to another island, but I think instead of doing that I'm going to take stock on what I have in my inventory here and see about consolidating some of this stuff a little bit, getting some cloth together. breaking some stuff down. So we got some nice insulated boots. Better than my work boots. So I'll harvest the work boots up. Do the same thing with the other pair of insulated boots. And then we'll see if that'll give us enough. Let's see, harvest this. Let's see what kind of space we have in this backpack. So we're still over by quite a few pounds, but I'm also, I think, exhausted or something's going on because, let me see. Yeah, I'm tired. So I'm tired and I'm thirsty. So both of those things are gonna make it so that I can't carry as much. Because you'll slowly see my number go down up at the top there. It's just 53, and then it'll just keep getting lower and lower. So I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to eat some more of this food. And, you know, pass out for the night here. But essentially, that's days 3 and 4. So far, you know, we've run into the wolves a couple of times, and you know, that's kind of been our, you know, greatest challenge, and that's cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with fighting off a few wolves. We haven't had to tangle with any bears yet, but that's going to happen. At some point we're going to need something, and they're going to need something, and you know, we're going to have to fight to get it. But you know, in terms of basically making it, man, I mean, we survived 4 days, and you know, with my other character trying to survive this amount of time, I was fighting for my life almost the entire time in the stream when I was streaming this last Wednesday. Just the entire time, it was just trying to survive, you know. And this time, I really kind of feel like I'm much better prepared, and sometimes it just has to do with the area you start in, how lucky you get at getting some of the gear they've gotten. So, you know, I got a lot of food early, and that's really good to have. Food and water and shelter are your main concerns when you start. But then, you know, I still don't have a hatchet, which I need to be able to have a hatchet to cut wood. Still don't have a gun, and you know, it's all about murder. It's all about killing these wolves and killing these deer so that you can survive, you know. But I don't have that stuff yet. But if you look at my character, 100% condition, everything looks really good, no afflictions, no problems, you know. He's wearing good clothes, still a little bit encumbered, but you know, whatever, it's not a big deal. So that's going to do it for days 3 and 4. This is Pyro from Team Eat Sleep Game. I'll see you in the funny papers.